Some of my earliest memories are of playing Sonic 2 nearly every day before heading off to school. The bright, imaginative world and superlative sound work made this game something special, carried by a super fast blue hedgehog and his two-tailed friend. In time, I'd get my hands on Sonic 3 and Knuckles, meeting their red rival and experiencing an adventure so expansive at the time that it needed to be on 2 cartridges. The identity these games had and their exemplary quality is something the franchise drifted away from in time, with most titles instead taking inspiration from the later Sonic Adventure on Dreamcast. Regardless of your feelings on later games, it was about time we get something that didn't just pay tribute and keep pace with Sonic's peak, but sometimes took the lead and outsped those classics. Fast forward to the here and now, and after having played through Sonic Mania 3 times over and then some, I can say with confidence that that's exactly what we now have. Marking the 25th anniversary of the series, Sonic Mania brings together redone zones from 4 past games and a few brand new ones to run, fly, and climb through. Rather than a mere greatest hits compilation, this is more a mixtape put together by die-hard fans pulling crowd pleasers and deep cuts from nearly every corner of Sonic's 2D history. Visually, the game is a natural next step for the Genesis era games, and looks absolutely fantastic, with sprites and backgrounds both deserving your full attention while remaining distinct from each other even at high speeds. The story is told via brief cutscenes and stage transitions, and though there are some zones without these, there is enough to paint an idea of both the narrative and the journey itself. It's all suitable for the feel and homage the game is going for, with the opening lifted straight from Sonic 3, Sonic CD getting some extra special attention midway through. With respect to gameplay, there isn't a lot here to differentiate the game from its predecessors. The same one-button design of the classic series works just as well here, with the added availability of Tails and Knuckles adding in variety and replayability. Level design feels well done, with speed feeling like a reward for playing well, but also occurring through flashy roller coaster-like segments. If momentum is lost, it's not too hard to get back up to pace thanks to the stage's architecture. As much as I enjoyed the zones themselves, there are a few low points to the overall experience. Occasionally, moving stage elements happen in such a way that you'll lose a life from being crushed. While some of these were justified and clearly me being in the wrong place, there were also moments that felt unjustified and sudden. This isn't new to this series, though the return is as frustrating as it is faithful to the source. Boss fights are also a mixed bag. From a design and creative standpoint, I found them all appealing, but some just felt tedious and occasionally even unfun. They are few and far between, but enough so that it was worth noting. That said, for every one I dreaded as I replayed the game were others I couldn't wait to get to. Chemical Plant stands as one of my absolute favorite parts of the entire Mania experience, and Studiopolis, perhaps the crown jewel of the brand new zones, has a pair of enjoyable encounters as well. It bears mentioning that if you've never been fond of classic Sonic games, Mania may not win you over. That said, I encourage you to try it if you get a chance, and if you love these already, you owe it to yourself to pick it up, as this is truly one of the most lovingly put together and well-crafted games I've played in a long time. Past the core game and the unlockables, there are time attack and competition modes to play through as well. Having an easy way to track runtimes and the presence of multiplayer only add to the core package. Anyone after the full experience should make it a point to gather up all the Chaos Emeralds too. Not just for what they unlock, but because the new special stages might now be my favorite in the series. Beyond everything I've said already, the heart of Sonic Mania is in the people who created and worked on this game. Crafted by people with experience creating their own fan games in the past and making polished ports of the classic games themselves in more recent years, it's a realization of what Sonic was and what it can still be. I'll be playing this one plenty more to push myself to go just a little faster and see every corner of its zones I can, all the while taking in the superb soundtrack and eye-pleasing environments. This has me excited for what could potentially come from a completely original, collaborative effort like this in the future. But for now, I'll be running through their masterpiece, made by the Mania, for the Mania.